Let's go! Cool kid step to the front. Cool kid. Too sweet sign for the click.
Bitch, you don't work there.
Feel like I need a shower just looking
Gotta
at
get
you.
ready
What the
quick.
fuck does that mean?
They ain't been the same ever since.
What?
Living pretty
We
well
cut
on
the
my
head
cherry.
off a
I
snake.
ain't
You're gonna be
got no
single for the rest of your life.
Brock Lesnar on the beast.
Look at the heat.
Sleep flex on
Look
the
at the
beat.
heat.
Whole new swag with a
Come
bass on the
on.
tag. Coming live from the west to the east.
Turn that shit
Better
up,
recognize
bitch.
on the
Watch
mouthpiece.
that.
See the power level got
I get no bitches.
Bringing
I'm a
content on
hoe.
daily. Feeling like GRESH UNLEASHED.
Hey.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary pals, and everybody in between. Welcome back to the Gresh Unleashed podcast. This is episode 28 of this, I guess you can say, rising, illustrious, whatever you want to call it, podcast. But also, we have to give you guys straight up out the gate, happy Thanksgiving. We hope you are enjoying your time with family, friends, and you eating all the turkey you can get. Or if you don't eat turkey, you eat ham. You eating ass, but ham, chitlins, whatever you decide to eat. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying it and just being full of laughter, thanks, and all all the stuff that people like to pass over, because everybody is pro Christmas, but don't want to celebrate Thanksgiving until it's too late. Like, oh yeah, it is Thanksgiving. Hey, come on, man. Like Thanksgiving, like, we got Thanksgiving breakfast, Thanksgiving lunch. You got Thanksgiving dinner 1 and 2, and yeah, leftover for that Thanksgiving Friday. Come on now, it's a whole routine that goes around it. But we wanted to give you guys a welcome to a new tradition that is joining us here on the Gresh Unleashed podcast, so you guys can enjoy this podcast and hearing us talk about nonsense on Thanksgiving Day, because you're here, I'm here, and always joining me as always is the Queen of Rebels herself, Suela the Bandit. What's good with your family?
Hey everybody. Okay, first of all, I just want to say today is a very, very good day. I got some sleep. Well, actually, I think I got too much sleep. I think when it comes around this time of year, I want to say starting late October, getting into November and December and all of that, I think I turned into a bear because I don't want to go anywhere. I start hibernating. I just get a whole lot of sleep. And then the minute I do have the energy to go somewhere, by the time I sit outside, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm only going to be out here for like 10 minutes. I'm going back home. I'm not going to stay out here all day. I want to go back to my cave and go to sleep. Like, I don't want to go nowhere. I think that's what it is. It's like, and this happens all the time. I didn't really catch on to it until I want to say, like, when I hit like 20 and 21, when I lived away, when I was in Arizona for a little while, and I was like, you know what, this has like become a pattern. So I'm just like, you know what, I actually like this a little bit. Now we'll make it even better if I was like still generating money. Like, that'd be nice.
You wish you was asleep making money. You just
like,
you just want to be sleep making money.
yeah.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
I think they make clinical studies on that stuff too. Like, I'm
People
gonna
get paid
try
to
that
sleep.
out, man.
If I get paid to sleep,
Man,
I
I
mean,
would. I gotta try that out, and then I'll let y'all know, like, hey, like, here, do this. Like, I gotta help you out. Like, on your off day, go here. Like, oh man, I gotta find that out. I know it can happen.
oh
Like,
yeah, it need to happen. Like I want to get paid to just sit on my I do that anyway. I want to get paid to just sit on my ass, but I do it anyway. Being an audio a technical specialist, audio engineer, I do get paid to just sit on my ass, so and make sure people sound good. So I guess I am getting my wish, even though I want more. I want more. I'm always never content. I'm always looking for the next big opportunity. Sometimes it could be a good thing or a detriment to my health, depends on how we
yep.
look at it. But as you guys continue to stuff your bellies with chitlins, for those of you who eat chitlins, let's give you
I can't do that.
Let's give you a couple of house notes before we give you a quick rundown of today's podcast. Shout out to our Patreon backers over at patreon.com/GreshDigital. We appreciate you guys. Patreon exclusive content, like I said, is back. I've been saying it as much as possible. It is back, which includes the Watch and Vibe videos where we react to a classic match or whatever we decide to watch. It can be a classic cartoon. We might actually do that one day. Like,
yes,
when
please.
when the holidays, we're gonna try to find a random episode of a cartoon. We'll look at it, and whatever we throw on, we react to it with you. And if you haven't already, episodes 1 through 4 are available now, with a new one more than likely dropping after Thanksgiving, because we are pretty much scrambling. Like I said, for those of you who don't know, this is a pre-taped episode because it's Thanksgiving. We're eating just like you guys are, but we wanted to give you guys a little something for this episode. Like, there's no interruption right until the season finale, which is coming up very, very soon. But a new episode of the Watch and Vibe series will drop more than likely next week. But those who are new, it's just $1 to join, and Watch and Vibe is available for all tiers. And if you want to join the club, you can do so today. All right, this week we're going to be talking about AEW Full Gear 2022. It's basically going to be a quick one because we just want to get you guys, let you guys know who won the predictions, speed round predictions. There were a couple of matches that we didn't predict because AEW likes to wait to the last minute to add matches. They had added like 3 matches for the kickoff or the buy-in, whatever. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. And basically, the main highlights of Full Gear was MJF. He won the AEW World Title after William Regal betrayed Jon Moxley.
Okay.
The Elite returned to kick off a best of 7 series.
That look like a dope poster.
It is. Like, shout out to whoever made that visual.
That's lit.
That is a dope visual right there. But
that could be a video game. That could be, oh man. It's really cool.
For those of you who are listening in the audio format, it's basically a picture of Kenny Omega in the center and the Young Bucks doing their pose, and it's like you got a fireball going off in the back. It's a nice shot. You guys check it out if you haven't already seen it on the video format that is available now wherever you listen to your podcast. But yeah, they're kicking off a best of 7 series. We didn't know about it. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And then overall, the show was solid but long, again, as usual. It was long. Like, I just gotta be real. It was long. It was like by the time you got to the main event, you was exhausted. Whether you watched it the night of or watched it the day after, because someone I'm following on Twitter at Humble Wrestling, he basically said it was exhausting just to watch it the next day, and he had a full day of sleep. So we'll talk about that briefly, as well as we do on our typical retro review for this episode. Is the November 28, 2002 edition of SmackDown, which saw Brock Lesnar continue his rampage after getting screwed out of the WWE title by Paul Heyman back at Survivor Series. And then to wrap up today's podcast, before we get to the Chop It Up with the Bandit segment, we will be doing a speed round preview and predictions for Survivor Series War Games 2022, which will be going down this Saturday.
Oh,
yeah.
How could I forget?
Nah, this month is gone by expeditiously quick. Because
1 minute of November 1st, now it's Thanksgiving. Like, exactly. Dang. Wait, can we have a notice? Like, can I please gear up for this? Don't sit here and just fly. Man, this is too much. Now I don't even know if I want. I kind of want to celebrate my birthday next year, but then I kind of don't. I kind of want to be a little more laid back next year. So I'm just like, dang, like, can I ease my way into it first? Don't rush. Don't do that, please.
Let's get this done. Yeah, this month is going by fast because I my sense of time, I could have sworn it was just October, so it's like,
yeah. Right. I can't do this. This and then it won't stop. That's the bad part about it. It won't stop. It won't stop, and it definitely won't slow down.
Oh man. But anyway, we're gonna, before we move on to the retro review, we're gonna talk about let's go ahead and talk AEW Full Gear 2022. Basically, we're going to be using this time to talk. Basically, we're going to speed through everything, the matches that I picked up and I watched this past Saturday. The buy-in had AEW All Atlantic Champion Freshly Squeezed, Orange Cassidy, and Best Friends Chuck Taylor, the Triple Beretta, Rocky Romero and evil Danhausen, because you know this is very nice, very easy. He was actually like an evil version of himself. They defeated the Factory, QT Marshall, Nick Camarado, Aaron Solo, and Lee Johnson and Cole Carter. It was basically a solid buy-in match. It got you, it warmed the crowd up for what it was. It wasn't a bad match. Would I tell you to go out of your way to watch it if you got free time? If you watch it on your free time. They cut to a new AEW roster member, Konosuke Takeshita. He's back with Renee Paquette, and he said he's honored to join All Elite Wrestling. So he was here on a excursion. For those of you who don't know that term, that's pretty much a Japanese term for when a Japanese wrestler leaves their promotion on a leave to come here to America to test the waters and then go back. But apparently he plans on moving to America. He said, and I quote, "My dream has come true. I'm moving to America and fight for my life for AEW." So he's basically a part of AEW. Wish him well. Hopefully Tony does something with him and not just waste him away on Dark like he does everybody else. Let's just hope for the best. We kicked off the second match, which was Absolute Ricky Starks defeating the Machine Brian Cage with Prince Nana to advance in the AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament. And he will face All Ego Ethan Page on Dynamite, which we won't talk about today because, like I said, this episode was pre-recorded in advance. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way, if I haven't told you already. Then we had Mad King, Eddie Kingston with Ortiz defeat, I don't want to butcher this man's name, I'm sorry, Hyun Akiyama. So if I butcher that, I apologize, but Eddie Kingston won on the buy-in. I don't want to butcher that man's name anymore. I need to study more Japanese names because I feel like I be butchering a lot of people's names on here, and that's my fault. I take responsibility for that. Then we switched to the main show, which saw Jungle Boy Jack Perry defeat Luchasaurus with Christian Cage in I enjoyed this match for it. It was like, if you want to go out of your way to watch this match, you really should. It was a steel cage match. It wasn't perfect. It was a few moments where I was like, when they exited the cage to bring in weapons, it's like it was enough space between the cage and the ring where they didn't even have to leave the cage. They literally could just dropped on the floor and just got the weapons out. But that's like a little nitpick on my end. But it was a fun match to start the pay-per-view for what it was. It was a feud ender, if you will. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure they're not going to move on from Christian Cage and Jungle Boy because Christian still got the shoulder injury or the elbow injury, whatever injury it was on his arm. So that was that. And then, so I would say check this match out. And then we had the AEW World Trios Championship match where Death Triangle surprisingly defeated the Elite to retain. And I was kind of baffled. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Little did I know that was basically a setup for the best of 7 series for the AEW World Trios Championship that had started on AEW Dynamite, and which, like I said, we won't talk about that match today, but it is going down. Match 1 happened at Full Gear. Second match on Thanksgiving Eve for Dynamite. Then the next match on the 3rd, 4th, 5th. I mean, on the 3rd, then they're gonna have one at Winter is Coming, and then they're gonna have one on the Holiday Bash on December 21st. New Year's Smash, if necessary. So basically, the last 3 will be if necessary. I said this before, and I said it again. There's only so much of this match. I enjoyed this match for what it was. It's like you got the Lucha Libre style clashing with the American style. And if you don't like the Young Bucks match, you can just listen to the crowd. They like it. It is what it is. But at the same time, hopefully they throw in some stipulation matches because I can only see the same trios match more than once before I lose my mind, because I will tap out after a while if it goes to if it's the same match every time. But I doubt they would throw this together without a plan. So hopefully they do something with this. Then we had AEW TBS Women's Champion Jade Cargill with the Baddies defeat the Native Beast Nyla Rose with Vicky Guerrero and Marina Shafir. Vicky Guerrero actually had them out there in the lowrider, a la Eddie Guerrero. So that was a nice little tribute.
Okay.
And she wore a "I'm Your Poppy" shirt. So that did Vicky. So it was a nice little tribute because I believe last week or the week before, or this past week. It was like an anniversary of Eddie's death, so it was nice that they paid a tribute to that. And Jade Cargill came out looking as good as she want to look. So, but she retained the title, and she's, I believe, in the middle 40s and so
What?
hopefully I see them getting her to 50 and then possibly dropping the title, or they could just go to whole 100 and let her have a shot with both titles, and kind of do that before they have her defeated. Then we had the match that I didn't personally care for. It was the Ring of Honor World Championship match. The Ocho, Chris Jericho defeating Claudio Castagnoli, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, and Sammy Guevara. If you enjoyed this match, it was when I was watching live, I didn't care. That didn't say that I didn't give it credit. It was Bryan Danielson, great. Claudio, great. Chris Jericho, I enjoy his work. Sammy, I don't give a shit about. Who keeps inviting blood to the party? I don't know. But and if you go back and see, because we was roasting his ass on Twitter because he wore some goofy ass cape, and I'm like, bro, you look retarded. What are you doing? You look goofy.
Is that the first time him wearing that cape or no?
I think it was the first time because he had his initials on it, SG, and I'm like, you goofy motherfucker. Like, I don't care about the dude, but I will get
come
these
back
jokes
and wear
out.
it again.
Exactly, and I'm still roast his ass like Theory cashing in the Money in the Bank on the U.S. title.
Man.
I'm gonna roast the hell out of everybody. I don't give a damn. I don't care what you say.
Still on that too. Like,
I don't care if you I don't care if you redeem yourself or you're rebuilding. I'm
always gonna remember that.
I'm still
that ain't going nowhere.
Gonna cash it in on an open challenge. I'm gonna remember that, goofy
and lose.
Goofy. Then we had the Chris Jericho retained, but then we had like, if you want to watch this match, if you just so happen to keep watching after the Jade Cargill and Nyla Rose match, it's not a bad match, I'll say, but I just personally didn't care for it. Then we had Saraya return to the ring for the first time in over 5 years to defeat Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. It was a solid match. I'll give them that. It wasn't the best. Saraya is obviously rusty. They didn't really mesh all that well, but I would give her a chance, if you will. Like, I wouldn't write her off as a bad match, if that makes sense.
I just want to make sure she was straight, especially after that incident that we talked about with that car accident. Because
they still ain't told me who ran her over with a car, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. But I'm gonna say they the focus of the match was her neck, so that was that. But it wasn't a bad match. Like, it could have been better, but I just wrote it off as Saraya ain't been in the ring and however long she has to adjust her style from not trying to re-injure her neck. So what can you do with that?
Right.
Next up, we had the TNT Championship match, triple threat match, big meaty men smacking meat, whole bunch of meat being smacked. It was Ring of Honor World Television Champion Samoa Joe defeating Powerhouse Hobbs and Wardlow to win the title. I was legit shocked. I was like, wait, for real? But then when you watch the match, it was basically Joe outsmarting them. He basically, and they both, I like the shot that they had where both of them acknowledged that they got schooled by the veteran. It was like, damn, we got schooled. I'm interested to see what they do. Joe's a double champion. Is Joey Two Belts, as some people called him. Joey Two Belts. So it's like he got the Ring of Honor World Television title, the title that I don't really care for, and the TNT title, which has pretty much been cursed for ever since Cody lost it. It's like the relevance of it hasn't really been prominent, because I'm gonna be honest with you, this TNT title reign for Wardlow has been weak for me, because they didn't have him beat anybody prominent. They kept having him beat squashes. It was like squash matches. After the Scorpio Sky match, it was just a whole bunch of squash after squash after squash. So it's like, this ain't really doing nothing for me. And then they kind of killed some of his heat. And the fault is of Tony Khan with the booking, because it's like, bro, you don't book him. He's red hot right now. You book him infused against some big names like your Bryan Danielsons or your Claudio Castagnoli's coming at the TNT title. Give him some prominent. Don't give him nobody named Arya Davari and all these other people that nobody really outside of who watches Dark cares about. Come on, like you gave him a week run.
Better.
You gave him a week run. So hopefully with this they got. He fortunately didn't take the pin, but unfortunately Powerhouse Hobbs did. So hopefully they rebuild both to the point where we can actually care. I would care about Powerhouse. I will actually care about Powerhouse Hobbs no matter what, because he is good. He's coming along swellingly since the breakup of Team Taz, so I can give them that. But they gotta do something. They gotta do something with that TNT title and actually make it mean something. Like, don't even. And then now that Joe has it, don't put him in the team just to put him in the team. Put him in a feud and actually make it mean something. Even if it is Wardlow for a bit, and then you switch to Powerhouse Hobbs. Give him some viable challenges that people care for. Don't give him no squashes. Don't give him no quick matches. Give him actual matches, and don't save the prominent or the key moments in his run for Dark or Rampage. Just go full throttle. That's it. Then we had a match that was full of shenanigans, but I enjoy shenanigans because you know how I am. Sting and Darby Allin defeated Jay Lethal with Sanjay Dutt and Jeff Jarrett. I enjoyed this match for what it was. If you check it out and not expecting it to be like a full technical classic, it was just basically there to be fun. This is your match for you. And then we had, in my opinion, one of the matches of the night, if not the match of the night. It was AEW Interim Women's Championship match. Jamie Hayter defeat Dr. Britt Baker. Jamie Hayter defeat Toni Storm to win the title in what I feel was a hell of a match. It was bloody, literally. Toni got busted. Jamie Hayter was just literally knocking everything out of the park. Like everything was executed perfectly. It was immaculate. And then Jamie just fits looking like her with the title makes sense. And then I wrote down, for the love of God, scrap the interim shit. Because all of this won't mean a damn thing, because technically Thunder Rosa is still the women's world champion. Whoever, it's like, I was willing to give the interim stuff a chance. I am not anymore. It makes no sense in a scripted sport. Just strip the champion if they're injured, because they say they want her to, she'll possibly be cleared by January. No, dog. If you're going to do interim, you should give the champion 30 days to get back, or you have to strip them of the title.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense.
30 to 60 days.
A good 30, 60 days max.
Yeah, but if it's gonna be, here it is November, and she possibly won't be back until January, and she lost, and I think she went down with an injury in May. That's too long. And then Toni Storm's reign doesn't even matter because it was interim. So it's like, you enjoyed this match, and you enjoyed let's get this elephant out the room. Toni Storm's title reign was, in ring wise, was great. Out of the ring, to make you actually care about the match, that shit was dog. That was dog shit. Now this match, it's like, you enjoy it, you're happy for it, but then you have that little thing in your ear where you're like, it really don't matter because it's not an actual title reign. She's still interim.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, they need to just
50,
go ahead.
50.
Yeah, so they need to go ahead and scrap that interim shit, so we can actually enjoy this title reign for Jamie Hayter.
I think that's how you feeling about Ring of Honor too, because
Ring of Honor,
no matter how many times it has popped up, you be like, y'all need to just go ahead and just let that go. Like,
let it go or move it somewhere. Like, it's
let it go. It's not serving any purpose.
It's really not, unless it's like, the only way Ring of Honor serves purpose if it's a Ring of Honor show. You're having Ring of Honor stuff happen on AEW. You're oversaturating, or you're interrupting the flow of the AEW stuff for Ring of Honor stuff with Chris Jericho and Samoa Joe and all these people, and the embassy with Prince Nana and his crew. It's like, give Ring of Honor either AEW Dark until y'all can get a TV deal, or just put it on ice until you get a TV deal, because it's messing up with the flow and it's making me not really enjoy AEW weekly TV because it's always there. It's just there. And it's like you have no prominence to the letters AEW if you're just Ring of Honor. You're just taking TV time away from Ricky Starks and your Powerhouse Hobbs and all these other people who could probably use that TV time to get over as a character. Figure the shit out. Then we had the AEW World Tag Team Championship match. The Acclaimed defeat Swerve and Our Glory to retain the tag team titles. This match wasn't as good as the first two, but it wasn't bad. You could tell it was at this point where this match happened where I was literally dozing off and falling asleep because I was just up exhausted. And before somebody come at me before saying, "Oh, it wasn't that long," like you probably don't have a job or a show that requires you to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go catch a train to go clock in and be ready for a show that starts at 8, and then you have to be there until 10 p.m. So while the show was going on, I was doing it I was operating the show. I had this on playing in the background, but I was operating the show and I was up all day. I was exhausted. So spare me with it wasn't that long. Man, you try to work my type of schedule and then tell me about staying up all day.
Man.
I'm tired of that. Like I'm tired of that excuse. They be like,
or working 10 hours and you don't even know when you going to ever get off.
This show was while this show was going on, I was in the middle of a 15-hour shift.
See, I laugh when people do us like that. Oh, you ain't, man, shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Shut the fuck up. Like, damn. But yeah, this wasn't like I could tell you this was the weaker of the three matches, and I watched it back the next day and I was like, But they basically build the story to where it's the breakup of Swerve and Our Glory, because during the match Swerve slapped Keith Lee and Keith walked out on him and they lost the title that way. So I'm pretty sure the fallout is going to see Swerve versus Keith Lee at some point. I've been waiting. Like, I enjoyed them as a tag team, but I've been waiting on Keith Lee to finally be a singles guy, go after the TNT title, possibly be the first Black World Heavyweight Champion. Give him everything. Same with Swerve. Like, if you want to give Swerve a TNT title reign, want to give him, let him challenge for the World Heavyweight title, shake up the main event scene now that MJF is the world champion. And speaking of the main event and MJF being the world champion, and the main event was AEW World Champion Jon Moxley falling to MJF to win the title thanks to William Regal. And MJF is now the youngest AEW World Champion in history. And he was playing the anti-hero role, basically. He's still a prick. He was still flipping off people. And but yep, William Regal passed him the knuckles, and now Jon Moxley can go enjoy his vacation. Yeah, because he I
need a break. I'm tired.
He put out because remember when CM Punk went down with an injury, he's supposed to go on a vacation, but that debacle with the medium scrum or the press conference caused him to postpone his vacation. He had to step up. And now that he stepped up and he dropped the title to MJF, let him have a vacation. Let him go rest, relax. Give him until the spring off. Like, just give it, like, even if he done with his vacation, give him paid time off. So that man, y'all bet on the wrong course time and time again. Mm-hmm. And speaking of the wrong course, there was a fuck CM Punk chant.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it was during the Elite, and when I heard that, I said, "Oh, okay." And then when I heard it clear as day, I was like, "Don't y'all ever," and hear me clear, Since y'all say fuck CM Punk, don't y'all ever hijack a show. Don't y'all ever shape your mouth to chant that man's name unwarranted, by the way, because sometimes his name don't even need to be chanted, but y'all will just literally just chant his name for no fucking reason for the past 7 years. So don't y'all chant this man's name unwarranted, because I got receipts now. Y'all saying fuck CM Punk. And I'm pretty sure y'all all agree.
He said, I got all the receipts.
I got all the receipts now. Like, if you saying fuck CM Punk, nah, we not.
I got some for you.
This was y'all. Nope. This was y'all. Literally. No.
Like, remember on November 23rd at such and such PM, you said this.
Yeah, remember? November 2022, you said fuck CM Punk. I got it. And y'all, and then the elite on Monday actually highlighted it. So I'm like on BTE, because BTE is back now that they are done with suspension. So hey man. But like I said, to wrap it up, that's what, like I said, AEW Full Gear, it was a solid show. If you take a few matches out that really could have been on Dynamite or Rampage, it was a solid show. Tony Khan just needs to learn that every show doesn't need 10 matches. Bump it down to 8, then bump it down to 5, and we can be out there at a decent time. Like everybody don't need to be on the show.
All these matches in and get everybody a little segue, and then I cut it off. Like, come on, man, you know how long this is?
The show literally ended at 11:55 p.m.
Man, no.
5 minutes to midnight. I'm like, yo, how many more matches
for this?
I literally said that. I was like, how many more? Luckily, I was off on Sunday, so I didn't have to go in for another show. But I was like, how many more matches we got?
Man,
shit.
Like, it's not like, dang, it's not over.
Yeah, that's how I was looking. I was like, wait, how many more matches?
We're still going.
Like, why are we still doing this?
Just like when somebody's like recording and we're like, wait, we rolling right now? And then they like, yeah, we rolling. Wait, we still rolling? Like, yeah. I'm like, did nobody say nothing? Like, do your job. You're supposed to cue me. Like,
you'd be like, shit. Oh, god damn it. Fuck. All right.
Man, I think Tony Khan ain't gonna never learn.
Nah, he not. He really not. Because I'm like,
somebody gonna have to shake him. Somebody gonna have to
probably like being
shake him. Be like enough.
I like being shaked. I ain't gonna lie to
Stop your junk. Get this together. Like,
you're like, ooh, that tickles. Ooh, shake me again. Shake me again.
Like, this doesn't matter. Like, quit.
Shake me again, Daddy. Shake me again. That feels nice. Yeah. That's a nice little massage there. That's a nice little massage there, Daddy.
Oh my gosh. That man will never learn.
Oh, did you tickle?
Never.
Ooh, that tickle. Did you tickle me?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Oh, Daddy. Yeah, that'll work. That works.
I just really hope that when they do it, the whole Full Gear thing, I have a feeling it's gonna be long, but please.
You talking about Survivor Series?
Yeah, my bad. Survivor Series. Don't be that long.
Oh no, it's like 5 matches.
Oh, see, that's not bad. Well,
2 War Games matches and 3 middle matches, which is AJ Styles, Finn Balor, women's title, and US title. Oh, yeah, it ain't that bad. Yeah. But that's our thoughts on Full Gear. Like I said, you can check it out. It's the matches I'll tell you to check out. It's the Steel Cage match, the interim women's title match, the triple threat match for the TNT title, and the main event. The other matches is like they weren't bad, but it's like you can kind of go away. You can kind of watch them if you want, and if you don't, okay. All right, now it's time for us to switch over to our retro review, where we are stepping. It is a Thanksgiving edition of WWE Thursday Night SmackDown. This is when it was on Thursdays, November 28, 2002. The Peacock description basically said for Thanksgiving, Brock Lesnar looks to satisfy his appetite for destruction. It's basically Brock Lesnar still pissed off about being screwed out of the WWE Championship by Paul Heyman at Survivor Series.
I
We
said, he
start
still look the same. Look at Brock.
with a short haircut and less tattoos.
I said, look at Brock. He ain't changed. Little Brock.
Little.
I'm just playing. Like,
Little. Ain't nothing little about that
I
bitch.
know.
Ain't nothing little about that man.
Like, oh. I'm talking as far as like going like back in the day. Like, oh,
But if you
why
compare,
like the progression, like
if you compare Brock now to back then, he's bigger now than he was back then. So I can see why you say little Brock to today's standards. Yeah, he is little to compare to today's standard. He was big as fuck back then. So ooh.
Anybody that calls themselves the dominant of our species, that's a lot. That's
the alpha male of our species.
Alpha male of our species. That's a title to uphold.
And he's the one to uphold it.
Rise to that occasion.
He is one to uphold it. We started off the show with a recap of an irate Brock Lesnar storming through the backstage area. We saw the spot where Brock slammed Matt Hardy through a wall. Like he literally threw him through a sheetrock, and Stephanie threatening Brock Lesnar with a suspension if he puts his hands on anyone else. Later on, Paul Heyman revealed that his last act as Lesnar's agent was that he exercised, and I quote, no rematch, meaning no rematch for Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. And that pissed off Brock even more. Brock jumped the barricade and he attacked Big Show with the steel chair. Later on, it was Edge versus Big Show for the WWE title, pre-rated R Edge. and Edge almost won it until Paul Heyman pulled his leg and Big Show retained after a choke slam. Big Show then continued the attack until Brock Lesnar made the save and F5 Big Show. And I love this entire promo package, the presentation, the editing, and all the good stuff. I enjoyed the entire thing.
I still like
then we
jacket.
And then we which jacket?
That jacket that Edge had on when he came out.
Oh yeah.
It's like I like that.
Then we had the beautiful people intro. The beautiful people, the beautiful people, the beautiful people. I enjoyed that. I like that one, and I want it all. Those are my two favorite SmackDowns. I don't know what the shit they got now, but back then, them things got you hyped. After the pyro, it's basically a Thanksgiving edition of SmackDown. Stephanie McMahon continues to try to sign Scott Steiner, the big bad booty daddy, to SmackDown. Will she be successful? We will find out. Then the WWE Tag Team titles are on the line as Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit challenge Los Guerreros, Eddie and Chavo. That is later on in the evening. And then we kicked off the show with Stephanie McMahon making her way to the ring as Michael Cole announces that Taz is not there as he's dealing with stuff, and his temporary partner is none other than Ernest the Cat Miller. Do you know anything about the cat? I know, but do you?
Bit.
He was in WCW. Yeah, he was introduced. Yeah, we'll probably stumble across one of his episodes in WCW if we ever decide to review that again. But yeah, he was kind of like the dying years of WCW. He came like, I believe it was like 98, 99, one of those years, and he stayed all the way until the end. But yeah, I enjoyed him on commentary, even though I'm a Taz fan. The question of the entire night was, is Stephanie going to suspend Brock Lesnar? And then while Stephanie was cutting the promo, I wrote down, why was that microphone so damn big in her hand? Like it was like two water bottles it was like she was holding it like this. And I'm like, why is the thing so goddamn big? Stephanie didn't have the squeaky voice like she did a year or so ago, so that was an upgrade. We had to hear that squeaky little daddy's princess. She was a boss. She had some little authority in her voice. Brock Lesnar interrupts and wants to hear her decision face to face. He got all up in her face, like he ain't even give her space to breathe. He was literally breathing down her neck. A few people in the crowd had the next big roast sign. That was cool, but it had to suck for the people behind them though, because it was like a big ass sign, and then like they holding it up, and I'm like, bro, that had to suck for people who trying to see behind you. And I think I let out a big old fuck you. Because I would hate to be behind them and all you see is a big ass white like a whole row of big ass white signs saying the next big row. Like, bro, if you don't put that shit down, what the hell wrong with you? Stephanie is scared as hell, and she puts distance between her and Lesnar as she calls out the police. And I'm using that with air quotes because those are obviously not real police. Stephanie says she didn't screw Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar screwed Brock Lesnar as she suspends Lesnar indefinitely. After the break, it's shown that Brock was escorted out of the building. Brock is touched by one of the cops, and he said, "If one of you touches me one more time, I'm going to use that nightstick as a thermometer." Before dropping off, I said, "Bro, did you just threaten a cop?"
But you know what, though? In a way, I can't blame him because the cop touched him. Literally. Just like, oh, it's going to be all right. Man, if you don't
get your hands off me.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Did I touch you?
Nah, he got that complexion for protection because of mine.
Okay. Don't touch me.
He got that complexion for protection.
Man, bye. Like, I said, wonder he ain't swing on him. Like,
nah, I'm like, bro, that was me. My ass would be in jail because I'm black.
I'm telling you.
No, I'm a black man. Yeah. I said, get your hand on me. Like, oh no, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney.
What's this?
What I do? I just said, don't touch me.
I defended myself. I didn't even defend myself. I just said, don't touch me.
Don't touch me, because I don't know if you got chlamydia, syphilis, or COVID. Don't touch me.
Like, wow.
Don't touch me.
I ain't even put my hands on him. I ain't even touch him. I just said, don't touch me, and all of a sudden, I got cuffed. See what I'm talking about? Just
the good thing about having the complexion for protection.
She even said that the protection is not for me, it's for you. I was like, well, yeah. I said, no, that's for you.
That's for you, ma'am.
You the one that drag it back.
That's you, ma'am.
You the one left the ring.
That's you, ma'am.
You done left the ring and put them in between the both of y'all. Like,
that's you, ma'am. You need the protection.
You the one running scared. Like, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh, so funny.
Then we move on to the next match, which is Edge competing. He came out to compete, and as much as I like Metalingus, Never Gonna Stop Me by Rob Zombie was always a bop. The Never Gonna Stop Me. Like, I enjoyed that one. And speaking of banger themes, who's that jumping out the sky? R.E.Y. Mysterio.
Yeah, that's a little hit. I don't care nobody say. Hey, you know what'd be cool though if he ever bring that back? Let's say if he do the Rumble next year and he bring that back, I'll be all for it.
He need to bring that back. He got them Detroit Become Human knees. He need to start jumping out the stage. Like, he don't have so many replacement knees. He can do it. He's still bouncing around like crazy. Let him come on out here.
Mysterio got good knees.
He got good knees now. Like 20 years later, he got them good knees. He need them knees. So if that man don't bring back the Who's That Jumping Out the Sky song, at least bring back the actual interest where you jumping out the stage. Like, come on, man. Come on.
That's so funny how like a lot of people they be like, man, as soon as I saw him, you see, like you just see this little man just like he just so extreme and just doing a whole lot of high flying. I'm just like, yeah, that's Ray.
That's Ray.
Like, yes, it's okay. He let you know, don't underestimate him because of his size. Like,
that's little Raymond Mysterio. Come on now. Come on, bro.
Great.
So basically, this was a tag team match because their opponents was Matt Hardy version 1. He came out, and according to his WWEmatitude.com, Matt thinks Thanksgiving is a born holiday. Well, Matt, you are wrong. I love me some turkey. I love me some pork.
I love me some yam.
Some beef, some stuffing, some meat.
I love me some yams.
Some deviled eggs.
Okay, I can't eat those.
That's your fault.
I know. I just can't. I don't know. I don't know why. Like I don't never touch them.
Then I will eat yours.
Yeah.
They're doubled eggs. I eat that.
I don't even
And
touch them things.
so Matt, what are you talking about? Thanksgiving is the bomb. His
Like,
partner.
I don't think he ever been to a Black Thanksgiving. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Because our stuff is lit more than anything.
But
I think that's why. Like
eating Thanksgiving full of THC. Whoo, buddy.
I think that's why he ain't never been to a Black Thanksgiving. Like,
buddy, that is the best. Boy, you don't know how much you're gonna eat, but you might throw up because you eat too much. You never know, but it's the best. It's the best. It's the best. His partner is John Cena, accompanied by B Square. That was literally his name.
Yeah, I barely remember B Square.
Bull Buchanan, if you remember Right to Censor from the WWF days. You probably don't, because that was 2001, 2000.
Which means I was like 4 or 5 years old. So yeah.
This was the transition from the cookie cutter Cena to the Dr. Thugonomics. He didn't really have his baggy pants. He was still in the Hoochie Daddy shorts.
See, this is when Hoochie Daddy shorts was prevalent. It was okay. Notice what I said. It was okay to wear those back then. I don't know what y'all trying to do now, but back then it was okay.
They wearing thongs and saying it's Hoochie Daddy shorts. Like, nah, bro, that's a thong. This was basically it was a nice little tag team match. The cat referred to Cena as Vanilla Ice. And then when they kept cutting to B Square, I was like, what? I wrote down, what the hell is B2 wearing on his head? Like, what the fuck are you? What is that? What is that? A beanie? How you got a beanie with a bald ass head? Like, what the? Make it make sense.
Right.
I
said,
the
what
cat
he got
didn't
on?
call. You said what?
I literally said, I was like, what he got on?
Do you even know what those are? I was trying to figure it out myself. I was like, is that
That's what I was trying to do in the beginning. I said, no, let me just keep watching the match, because if I do that, I'm gonna be on this all day.
I didn't really take that many notes because I was on that all day. Oh, like, what the fuck?
Let me just keep going.
As the match progressed, the cat called Cena tidy whities because he was wearing white trunks on it, and I was like, I was high at this point, so yeah, there's that. Edge was playing the underdog, and then Rey Mysterio got the hot tag, and his hot tag is just so good. That dude be floating in the ring. And then I wrote down, I said the fact that Rey's still jumping like this 20 years later is insane. Them Detroit become human knees are doing wonders. Like I said, and then Rey finally hits a 619 on Matt until Cena hit him, but Edge took care of Cena and B Square. Rey tried to go for the West Coast pop, but Matt reversed into a like you heard a thump on that power bomb, and he used the ropes to pick up the win. Like I said, this was a fun opening match after all the shenanigans. So it's nice to know that the in-ring wise was just as good as the talent. So anyway, like I was saying, Stephanie is still upset about the reaction to her suspending Brock Lesnar, and Kurt Angle checks on her. This is, like I said, this is a weird segment. This is weird. This is a weird ass segment because the way that they executed it, it was kind of all over the place. Like, I don't know what it was. It was like Stephanie was mad. Kurt was like vowing to win. Like he was vowing to win, so that if they boo him, he's gonna say that they suck, because this was like during the height or the rise of the "you suck" chants. So it was doing that. And then, like I said, Stephanie saying her friend came to visit, and Kurt being so oblivious to what she's talking about. It was
Kurt is like, huh?
What just happened? Like, what are you talking about? She said her Aunt Flo came to visit. He said, your Aunt Flo? You have an Aunt Flo? That's so wonderful. I looked at him. Stephanie looked at him like, nigga, what? What?
Like, do you not know what I'm talking about?
Obviously, she didn't, because she said she's not really my Aunt Flo. I call her my aunt. My Aunt Flo, she visits monthly. And he said, your aunt visits you once a month? That's awesome. I'd really love to meet her. And she had this stare because she was either holding in her laugh or just trying not to literally call him stupid on air, but she literally just stared off into oblivion. I'm pretty sure Vince was just looking at her in the corner like, just go along with it because she was literally over it. Because he was literally just confused. I don't want to spend any more time with my Aunt Flo. Okay, last week I had PMS. Kurt still looking lost. You do know what PMS is, don't you, Kurt? He said, yeah. But you can see on his face, he didn't know jack shit what she was talking about. He was still oblivious. He was like,
no whatsoever.
Stephanie said, Stephanie is furious. She continues that she was disrespected. She said she'll never bring SmackDown to this hellhole ever again. She walks off, and Kurt did not hear anything she said because when she walked off, he said, what does PMS have to do with her Aunt Flo? And I'm like, bro, stop talking. Just stop talking, you dumb motherfucker.
Stop talking.
They plugged the tag team title match and then announced Tori Wilson versus Dawn Marie in a Pilgrim fashion show. I wrote down, what the fuck is a Pilgrim fashion show? And then I finished off with giggity. That's why I said that. I have to say giggity. Giggity. Then we had the next segment. We had a match was Chunk Palumbo was in the ring, and the camera cuts to Michael Cole and the cat, with Cole having something coming through his headset, who says Brock Lesnar was allegedly spotted back in the parking lot. Oh God. They cut to the parking lot where it's rumored that Brock is back, and then a limo pulled up with Scott Steiner inside. They asked him for a comment, and his comment was he just started flexing. He should watch the show because we like flexing over here too. Will he sign to SmackDown? That is the question. The match is Tomohiro Tajiri versus Chuck Palumbo. I ain't really write down too much for this match because it was pretty much a whatever match. Tajiri's kicks look unpleasant to take. Like you couldn't pay me to take this man's kicks at all. Palumbo locks in the padlock, which was a reverse Boston Crab, kind of like what Colt Cabana used on Chris Jericho a few weeks back on Dynamite. And then Tajiri caught Chuck slipping and spit the green mist in Chuck's eyes, and he hit a kick, and he won. Like I said, this was a whatever match. Stephanie was preparing for the arrival of Scott Steiner like she was going on a date. Like she putting lipstick on and all that shit. I'm like, ma'am? You all right?
Man,
you horny? Like, what's going on? The Fabulous Moolah popped up to promote her book. Stephanie started to insult in the city, and Moolah was offended because I'm guessing she was from that city. And then Stephanie's southern accent, she's like, I'm sorry, did I offend? I'm like, ma'am.
Like, come on.
Ma'am, what are you doing?
No, at this point, you know what you're doing.
I'm like, what is his accent? What are we doing here? Stephanie announces a match for the Fabulous Moolah against an opponent that will be named later. Moolah held the title for 25 years. And I wrote, huh? 25 years?
That's a long time.
I'm gonna need them to recreate.
That's undefeated. Like,
but then you kind of think about it. Around that time, they didn't really wrestle like they do now. Like I think they wrestle like once a year.
Oh, yeah, true.
So like once, like every blue moon and year, and then they would always win. So I'm pretty sure, yeah. Just like with Hulk Hogan was like world champion for like 8 years at one point. And that's mainly because he only wrestled like once a year or twice a year, depending on how they booked them back in the territory days. Mm-hmm. So 25 years makes sense down, but I'm gonna need y'all to recreate that now and let Bianca Belair hold the title for 25 years. I do not care who agree or disagree. Shut up. Next up, we had an outside segment. The camera runs up on a brother claiming they had an eyewitness claiming he had sold a ticket to Brock Lesnar. The brother was appalled by this entire ordeal. He said, "Who's Brock Lesnar?" That should have gave the interviewer a hint to just walk away. But this guy Bart, is that his name? Was that his name? Bart? Brett? Bart?
I think it was Bart.
If it isn't, we're just gonna go with Bart. Let's go with Bart. He wouldn't leave him alone, and dude looks disturbed. He was just waiting on his brother-in-law, like he said. He kept trying to back away, but dude kept pressing him, describing Brock Lesnar. The dude just minding his business, and he just pushed the camera, like, get that shit out of my face, and just ran off. Next up, we did a quick cut to the backstage area where Big Show and Paul Heyman were walking backstage until Matt Hardy, version 1, walked up and told them about Brock's suspension.
Version?
Paul Heyman pulled out this flip phone from that was literally 2002 flip phone,
Gosh.
and he said, "Matthew, we already know. What you telling us for?"
Oh man.
Paul apologizes and said if Brock Lesnar was still with him, which he's glad he's not, then he would have never jumped Matt from behind. Matt says it's a good thing because face to face he would feel the fury of Attitude, and asked if they saw him destroy Rey Mysterio and Edge, and Paul basically said, "Nah, blood, we got other shit to do. We'll watch the tape though." And then he said, "We love you," in a platonic sort of way, but we love you, and walked off. Then we cut to Tori Wilson making her way to the ring in the Pilgrim fashion show. I had to sound like Jared King Lawler because he's always horny. Billy Kidman walks up to her and says, all he can say is wow. And all I could say is geekity. Kidman wants to know what a Pilgrim fashion show is, and Tori says she don't know, don't care, as long as she can get her hands around Dawn Marie's turkey little neck. And Kidman then cuts her off, says, "Take it easy, poker hotness." And I wrote down,
Like, bro.
I wrote down, nah, this is what I wrote down. I said, "Oh, brother, get this guy the fuck out of here." What? Poker hotness?
Poker hotness. I said he's trying to get her.
Well, if you think about it, around this time they were actually shoot married, so it kind of makes sense. But still, poker hotness.
Yeah.
I wanted to jump through the screen and punch them in the face, like, bro, you couldn't think of nothing better than that? Poker hotness. Get your ass out of here, son.
Man.
He said, "It's Thanksgiving, so what are you thankful for?" And all this stuff. She said, "I'm thankful for my health. I'm thankful that my friend," who was literally her legit husband at the time, by the way, Billy Kidman, won the Cruiserweight title, and I am very thankful that I'm going to get my hands on Dawn Marie tonight. And then they walked off. I sat there and wondering why did she say like emphasize friend even though they were married. I believe around this time WWE was adamant on making the divas look single. Like,
I think so.
Like around like now like your Bianca Belair is married, Bianca Belair married, Carmella married,
I think they really kept it more private.
No, legit. I think I saw an article a few years back where they was like they legit did not want nobody to know that they were married. Like,
okay.
Even in public appearances, they had to take their wedding rings off and all that stuff. And,
wow.
And just appear single, like you're available, even though it was kind of weird. Why? Like it's a TV show, but at the time, I'm pretty sure people thought wrestling was real, like legit real. So I'm guessing you had to sell the gimmick that Tori Wilson is available, even though you don't have a shot because she's legit married, or Dawn Marie is available, or Nydia is available, even though they probably weren't, but I don't know. But then we come back from commercial break, and the cat is in the ring and he's dancing to whatever his theme song was. And I said, "Oh my God, blood! What is going on? What are you doing? What are you dancing to? What are you doing? What?" He's like, "Damn!" I'm like, bro, if you don't sit your ass down, son."
He was turning up.
He said, "Somebody call my daddy and tell him to get to the TV because it's time for the Pilgrim fashion show." And I was like, "What the fuck is a Pilgrim fashion?" That's all I could think about this entire. Like, what the fuck is a Pilgrim fashion show? Tori Wilson came out dressed as Pocahontas. The table they had in the ring was full of pumpkins, pies, and punch. Dawn Marie came out dressed as a pilgrim, and all I wrote down was "God bless Dawn Marie," looking good. Michael Cole said Dawn is engaged to Al Wilson, Tori's dad, and I was like, "Oh, this was that time where she was seducing that woman's father." Then they brought out a guy in a turkey suit, and at this point I was like, "All right, what is going on?" I was like, "What the fuck is going on? What are we doing here?" And the turkey takes his head off, and it's Al Wilson. The cat was like, "What the fuck are you? What are you doing out here, blood?" And he put on his man turkey, like his little turkey net. He said, "What is this?" He's like, "Gobble gobble. What is this?" Turkey started talking. And out of like I wrote down, turkey started talking, and out of nowhere we heard a help. I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm pretty sure it was Cole. I don't know. I think it was trolling this man. He was just talking nonsense, and he said, "My little pookins," about Dawn Marie, and I said, "What the fuck?" And then this went from a pilgrim fashion show to a strip tease because Tori revealed her bikini in front of her dad. That's her legit dad, by the way. I was like, all right, okay. This isn't awkward. It's literally awkward, but this isn't awkward. Cole said, nice tatas. And I was like, this is so 2002. This is so fucking 2000. What the nice tatas? What? It was cold in there though, because them nips was slipping. They was hard. I'm like, oh, all right. Someone when Tori turned around, someone in the crowd literally tossed a wad of money. I'm like,
they sure did.
What? And then of course, I just wrote down giggity.
No shame at all. Just
I ain't gonna lie. Tori Wilson helped me through puberty in many ways. Tori Wilson, Sable, Dawn Marie.
Dang.
They helped me through puberty. They helped me discover myself.
Name dropping. No shame.
They tell a 12-year-old who see the 14-year-old who see women in bikini to have shame. That is not gonna happen.
No, that's not gonna happen at all.
As an adult, I'm like, have some fucking shame, young man. What the fuck wrong with you? But as a kid, I ain't care. I was like, ooh, women.
Oh man.
But wait, there's more. Dawn Marie started dancing and flaunting her engagement ring, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Tori had enough and started stripping Dawn, and it was a food fight. They even took out Al until Tori poured punch on Dawn, and I actually wrote some shit down because I was like, I was literally trying to write down what the fuck was happening, and food and threw in a good knife edge chop for some reason. Like after all that shit, Tori said, look at this knife edge chop in right here. Pow! Like, what are we doing here? And then Tori then finished it off with a pumpkin over the skull and put Al's turkey neck or turkey head on backwards. And I wrote down, I guess Tori won whatever the fuck this was. And then we moved on to the next segment. I'm like, all right, that happened, I guess. Next up, yeah, that's all I can say. Next up, we had for the tag team championship match was Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit. They challenged Los Guerreros, Eddie and Chavo for the titles. Toothless aggression for Benoit. For those of you who follow the podcast, no, I really don't watch his matches back like that, but I enjoyed this match for what it was. It was a nice little technical back and forth match until Benoit and Angle could get along, and then the Guerreros grabbed the titles and walked out. But before we talk about that, they played Latino Heat during the entrances, and I was like, I love Viva La Raza and Gangsta Lean that he used in 2005, but this was a bop mainly for his run with China. Rest in peace. Those tag team titles that they had there for the SmackDown brand look good. They need to go back to those kind of straps and not the fruit rollers they got the Usos wearing.
Not the fruit roller.
Things look like fruit rollers, red and blue. Take your pick. They literally the same fucking belts. After the Guerreros tried to walk out, Benoit and Angle didn't even notice that the ref was counting until Mike Chioda said, nah, this match ain't gonna end like this. It's gonna end straight up. Like he got out the ring and said, hey, it's gonna be a straight match. Like I ain't even finna count no more. I didn't really take too many notes of this because they was cooking in this match, and I actually just started watching the match. I was like, oh, this is actually a fun ass match. Them teaming up Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit based off their similarities was smart, in my opinion. Eddie hit a low blow and DDT and was going for the frog splash, but he missed. Angle then went on a frenzy with angle slams, and when Benoit locked in the crossface, Kurt said no. He just literally snatched that man off. I'm like, all right. This is a can they coexist? This is like a can they coexist storyline done right. Like it was actually believable that they were tag teams, but they still didn't like each other.
Right.
Now, when they do that can they coexist gimmick, it don't make sense. Chavo hit a nice looking frog splash. He got some air on that. I ain't even gonna lie. He got some air on that joint. Angle and Benoit had their respective moves locked in with the ref trying to get Angle to let go because he wasn't legal and he didn't. he didn't, but he knocked the ref out. Eddie was trying to hit a frog splash after Chris kicked out, but Kurt said, "Nah, blood," and hit an avalanche belly to belly and threw that man halfway across the ring. Chris literally had to roll out the way because he almost landed on him. The ref once again tried to get Kurt out again, and that allowed Chavo to hit Benoit in the face with the belt, and Eddie crawled over and pinned Benoit. The Guerreros retained. Like I said, I didn't even bother doing the play-by-play because it was a good-ass match that a lot of people should check out. I got lost in the sauce until I realized that I needed to take notes, and I said, fuck it. I enjoyed this match. It is what it is. Next up, we had a backstage segment where Jamie Noble and Nydia was backstage flirting and lollygagging, all puppy dog love bullshit. Must be nice. Until Scott Steiner walked up and Jamie tried to be respectful, but Scott said, "Nah, I'm good," and started to walk off, stop, and smack Nydia's whole ass. Like he grabbed a full throttle of the cheeks. Like he just flat and he was like, it's like, bro, his hand could not go any further up her caboose at all. Like it was his hand was up her caboose. I'm pretty sure she felt it on yeah.
I'm done.
That's how far it was. I'm like, oh, yo, how far can you go, my guy? Jamie was appalled, taken aback. He was offended. He said he's gonna show him what he's gonna do about this. And Nydia said, "I'm sure he was just being friendly." No. She was like, "Nah, blood, stop. He gonna whoop your ass. Stop. Right. Don't do it." But he went for some reason. Then we came back from commercial, and Jamie Noble is in the ring and mad about what Scott Steiner did to his woman when he grabbed her behind. He didn't have to do that. And this guy accepts the invitation. He said, "Come on out." And Scott said, "I bet." This dude, and I wrote down, this dude was juiced out of his mind. Like the roids was roiding. Like, bro, man had veins in places I didn't even know existed on the human body.
Roids were roiding.
Them roids was roiding. Like I ain't even know he had veins on this part of the arm. I was like, he had veins on this part of the arm, this part of the arm, this part of the arm. I'm like, bro, does that even exist? The fuck?
Yeah, it can. It can. Okay, I could say it like this: it can exist with the roids, and it can exist without the roids.
But it'll take you longer.
It's gonna take you longer
without the roids. But with the roids, you can get that in a day.
Like, I was like, "What is that?"
That's the big bad booty daddy. Nydia tries to hold Jamie back. Scott takes his shirt off, and Nydia is mesmerized. She's like, "Oh, hold on." She's like, "Whoa, wait a minute." Jamie pulled her back and took his shirt off, and he was literally my size. Started flexing. I'm like, bro, come on now, come on, dog. Flag on the play, your little scrawny ass. Don't do that. Scott took his head off with a lariat and then started flexing. Then he did the flexing elbow drop before hitting the push-ups. Huh? Who's the man? Huh? Like you know how you say, huh? He has this like squeaky voice with it. He's like, huh? Huh?
Sound like it's coming out his nose.
Huh? 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 Who's the man? Who's the man?
Yeah, at that point, you gotta clear your throat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man, need some Robitussin.
Mm-hmm. Scott started military impressing Jamie with his shades on, by the way, and just dropped that man with ease. Scott then hit the belly to belly and threw Jamie halfway across the ring before once again smacking Nydia's ass as she tried to get out the ring. That dude was literally like, "I just whooped your ass and I smacked your girl's ass." Like he's like, "You ain't gonna do shit to me." Scott then grabbed the microphone. Scott didn't grab the microphone and he had my undivided attention, but I had to put the subtitles on. I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't understand half the shit he was saying. He finished it up with flexing my peaks, pleasing my freaks, and when they scream boom shakalaka, that's when they call me the daddy, the big bad booty daddy. So this goes out to all my freaks in South Carolina. Big Papa Pump is your hookup. Holla if you hear me. And I ain't gonna lie, I hollered. I'm like, yeah.
I was laughing.
Yeah.
So did he say holler?
Holla, holla, if you hear me. Niggas
But
start flexing some more.
no.
Stephanie is on the 2002 flip phone talking about wanting Scott on SmackDown. So Paul Heyman walks in the WWE title on his shoulder. I was like, that does not look right, but all right. Stephanie says her suspending Brock Lesnar had nothing to do with him threatening to sue her last week. Paul Heyman says his client, The Big Show, has no problem wanting the rematch clause, removing the rematch clause and defending the title tonight against Brock Lesnar, even though he's suspended. So Stephanie was like, hey, blood, you stupid. He's suspended. Anyway, Stephanie says that's a good idea. Stephanie says Big Show will compete and defend the WWE title in the main event against an opponent of championship status. Paul tries to contest this, but Stephanie said, get your ass out of my office. Go. Go. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Then we had a match again. It was Cruiserweight champion Billy Kidman came out for a match. Before we talk about this match, did you hear this man's theme song, by the way?
No.
Ah, hey, hey. That was literally his theme song. Hold on. I'm gonna have to pull this.
I kind of skipped a little bit.
Nah, I'm gonna have to pull this man's theme song because I ain't gonna play it because I'm not gonna get copyrighted. But Billy, we're gonna pull up some lyrics for Billy Kidman because his theme song doesn't make sense when you think about it. Because this is what I mean by this. Here it is. It says, you can run if you want to, yeah, but you can't hide. So you can run if you want to, but you can't hide. I see you don't know who you're dealing with, but I don't have it all. I'm a lunatic. Because this society, they label me a threat, but I'm just getting started. I'm not finished yet. Look me in my eyes. I can see your thoughts, all your ups and downs, all your little faults. Keep acting tough. It's going to get creepy. All of a sudden, you starting to feel sleepy. But in these streets, when you doze off, you wake up with your clothes off. Ashamed, feeling lost. Whoa. I said, whoa, because I'm like, your clothes off. We getting naked?
It's a bar, but
like, yeah, we getting naked.
Right. Like, wait a minute. Whoa.
You see my crew, you know my style. Victory is mine, you're going down. You can run if you want to, but you can't hide. So you can run if you want to, but you can't hide. You can hop over the bed, swelling with the dead. Get down the block, but you can't hide. You can stay at your friends, sleep in your bins, free from your sins, but you can't hide. We get it bopping, baby. Right, right. We give it to them, daddy. True, true. Yeah. Yeah. Now make some noise. Yeah. Listen.
You know what's funny? I probably hear this song tomorrow.
Listen.
Just hear the whole thing through.
Yeah. Listen. This did not fit this cookie cutter character that they was trying to give him.
Gosh, that's funny.
Like you saw it, like you saw how he walked out with those trunks and all that stuff. If you looked at that man, he did not look like the individual who would those lyrics go to. Like I said, like I put out a tweet. I was like, this does not fit this man. People was trying to argue with me. I was like, bro, if this was Filthy Animals, Billy Kidman, if you get the time, just check out 50 Animals, Billy Kidman.
It probably would have went perfectly.
Yeah, because he did crack and all the stuff in kayfabe, so it was like a legit. He was literally a filthy animal. But this cookie cutter Kidman that they had, nah. Today's SmackDown was brought to you by WWE SmackDown. Shut your mouth. The best storylines. Period. End of story. Did you ever play that game?
No.
You never played Shut Your Mouth?
I don't think I did.
You just played Here Comes the Pain.
I played Here Comes the Pain and all the SmackDown versus Raw and all of that. I don't think I ever played Shut Your Mouth.
It was actually a pretty solid game. It wasn't the best because of Here Comes the Pain, it is, but yeah, it was actually a pretty fun game. Like I need to find all these games.
I have not played it.
I need to find all these classic
games.
Never played
it.
I need to find all these classic games.
If they ever had it when we was growing up, because they probably did, but it don't hurt to ask.
I probably need to find all these games so we just start playing this shit. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Whole retro game night, just
literally just play old ass games just to see how it can mash up in modern day. This SmackDown was also brought to you by Truth and by Contra Shattered Soldier for PlayStation 2 and Game Boy Advance. Did you ever play that game? Contra Shattered Soldier.
Contra Shattered Soldier.
I've never even heard of that game until now.
No,
I was like, Contra
it's
Saturday.
up.
It's some games that I need to just
Some
look and
games I
see.
had. Yeah, I just need to just research
Buy
all
these
of it.
games and play. Like, damn.
That's messed up. Especially that you know said. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't even think I ever even heard that game.
Nah, me neither. It's
Those
Kidman
what
versus.
you said like 2000, 2001. So think about it. 4 and 5 years old.
Yeah.
Think about that. Plus, my brother was just being born in 2000. So I was so busy paying attention to that. Just happy I got a sibling. So like, I was so happy. I'm not gonna lie. I literally could start crying. Like I got a chance to hold him, and I was only like 4. And I was like, oh, you know what? I will love you with all my heart. Yeah, that's my pride and joy. Like I cried. I couldn't believe I was crying. Like I went to the movie theater with my aunt, and that's when Mulan came out at the time. And I went to go see it, like with her, and she was like, "Well, where do you want to go now?" And I was like, "I want to go see my brother." Like, bum this movie theater. This has been fun, auntie, but I want to go see my mom and my brother.
I
Like,
gotta go. I gotta go home.
I want to.
Goodbye.
Leave. Can we leave the theater and go straight to the hospital, please?
Like I'm ready to go home. Goodbye.
Yeah, like, and I was small too, so like, you know how you see them little, like, you know how you like grab somebody like a football, how you grab up again and like
Yeah.
run. That's how
I grab you like a football now.
I was just crying. Like I was like, I don't want to leave.
I grab you like a football now, so I know exactly how that feels. Yo, tiny.
I was like, I don't want to leave. She's like, we're going to the movies. I don't care about that. Like, I don't want to leave. Like, just tried to bribe me every chance she got. Like, we're gonna get some ice cream. We're gonna see Mulan. I was like, man, what Mulan? Like, I want to see my brother. I wasn't hearing that.
Oh man.
And I did not quit either. Like, I was kicking and screaming. Just, oh my gosh. Like, oh, I was not. I wasn't finna go down without a fight. It wasn't gonna. Nah.
Speaking of not quitting, let's get back to this retro review. It's Kidman versus Crash Holly for the Cruiserweight title. I didn't bother taking too many notes. This was another fun match for me to see because Crash was smooth during this entire match. They mentioned Jamie Noble running to Scott Steiner. I forgot Nunzio was his cousin in storyline. I don't know if you remember Nunzio, FBI, full blood Italians.
Yeah.
He's kayfabe. He's kayfabe Jamie Noble's cousin.
That's right. Oh, that's so crazy.
I forgot. The match came to an end after Kidman hit the shooting star press to pick up the win. Crash made him look like $1 million without even trying to defeat. Then we cut to the Fabulous Moolah and Big Show making their way to the ring, and then it was made into the split screen, and that's your main event for the WWE Championship. I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh, all right. Then we get the main event of the evening for the WWE Championship. The Fabulous Moolah challenges the Big Show, coming to the ring by Paul Heyman. Moolah is flabbergasted. There was a sign in the crowd that said, "Brock, you are our pantsy." And I was like, the fuck does mean? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're pantsy. Paul Heyman grabs the microphone and taunts Moolah and promises that Big Show won't do anything to hurt her because it's Thanksgiving. She's not buying it. She's like, I don't trust your ass. You look like a slime ball. Paul Heyman hypes her up and then changes tunes and said, maybe the Big Show looks at her like she's Brock Lesnar. Big Show then grabs he goozles her like, about to choke slam you. He teases choke slamming Moolah until the suspended Brock Lesnar jumped the barricade and both men brawl until Brock F5's the champion through the announce table. That man is a strong motherfucker. I'm like, God damn.
That dude is strong.
Because he did not struggle picking this man up.
Nope.
Like he just said, like his legs was not shaking. He had a base on him, and he just said, and just tossed that man through the announce table. Paul Heyman is terrified on the ramp, and the show ends with Brock Lesnar being held back from chasing Paul Heyman by the police, and Stephanie McMahon and Big Show is asleep on the floor. And that is SmackDown. That's literally how the show ended. It was literally Big Show he just went to sleep. He was just counting stars. Overall, I thought the show was actually pretty fun. Like it was one of the better reviews that we actually watched. So
yeah, I enjoyed it.
Like It gave us some good in-ring matches, some confusing segments like the Pilgrim Show match. I was like, what the fuck is going on? As a child, I was enjoying the hell out of this because I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
ooh, grown women in bikinis. Ooh, I get to see some chicks. Let's do it. But as an adult, I'm
And I
like,
was like, oh, you get to dress like this on TV?
oh, sweet.
That was
And
me.
then
I was like, oh, I ain't get paid.
I was like, oh, you get to dress like this for me for free?
I was like, wow. Like, I mean, I used to mess with my dad. I'm like, well, technically, you know, she not naked.
Giggity.
Like, that's money.
Giggity.
And they know how to wrestle too, and they can fight.
No, she got one knife. She got one knife edge chop in.
You know what I mean? They couldn't really like fight. But
she got one knife edge chop in. Said she's like, I look like a goof, but I'm gonna get that one knife edge chop in.
But see, that's before I found UFC. So,
and that was she got a knife edge chop. As a kid, I got the.
Man.
I was feeling myself.
I'm done.
Feeling myself.
Right now.
That's how I was like as a kid, but seeing Tori Wilson and Dawn Marie, I was like, I was 14 when I watched this stuff back. I was like, who is that? like who is that? Like oh. But that concludes your SmackDown review for November 2022, not 2022, 2002. My bad. We're going to try that one more time. That concludes your review for SmackDown 2002 Thanksgiving edition for SmackDown. All right, let's talk Survivor Series. War Games. Going to do a nice little speed round preview and predictions before we get up out of here. So, Survivor Series, that is literally Saturday. And so far, they've announced 5 matches. I won't be surprised by the time this come out, they add one more match. If they do add a match, I'll just text you like, hey, who you got? And then add to it. Well, yeah, before I forgot, during the other one, Suela won the preview and predictions because we didn't vote for the kickoff, but she won. So that's 2 in a row. Hopefully this one goes in my favor. If not, it ain't in the world. Well, we're gonna
I don't even be trying. Like
that's the sad thing. I was like, she ain't even trying. I don't even be trying. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't even be trying.
Yeah, like and I remember at one point, like you end up winning like preview predictions at one point. I was like, we don't even try. We just throw shit out there and just see what sticks. But we're gonna start off with this match was announced on Raw. It's a triple threat match for the United States Championship. Oh man.
Seth freaking Rollins challenging the goofy kid, Austin Theory.
That I like on here.
Right. Seth freaking Rollins challenging the goofy kid, Austin Theory, and Bobby Lashley. He literally said he asked for this match. So it's a triple threat match. Who you got?
I got Lashley.
You got Lashley?
I got Lashley.
But if Lashley
retain, I won't get mad.
You got Lashley. I got Seth.
Okay.
And forget Theory.
Oh, of course. That's why I was like, this ain't even about Theory right now. Like this ain't even about you. You just there.
You just there. You're literally just there.
You're just soaking up air. Like,
the new and improved, the ruthless Theory, bro. We don't care about you, blood. Go on now, your goofy ass. Go back to Macon.
Trying to tell you.
Go McDonald. Where the fuck you from? Next match we got for the SmackDown Women's Championship: Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi.
I love Ronda, but I'm going with Shotzi.
I would lie to you if I say I care about this match at all, but I'm gonna try. And I'm gonna have to go with Ronda.
Okay.
Now, right quick. That's the reason why the gap. I'm going with Ronda, and Swallow will go with Shotzi.
Yeah. I still love Ronda though. Respect, but I'm gonna give Shotzi a go.
I like UFC Ronda. Whatever.
Yeah, I love
now.
UFC Ronda.
Whatever Ronda we got
I
now
will
is
always love UFC Ronda.
whatever
Even
Ronda we got
with that
now.
Holly Holm match, I still love them
Oh
both.
nah,
Like
that Holly Holm match was hilarious. She got her ass
it was
whooped.
bad. I ain't gonna lie.
That shit was hilarious. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna
That's
let her
not
live that down.
funny.
That shit was funny. I'm laughing. Ha 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 ha.
Funny. That's heartbreaking. In a way, it is kind of heartbreaking. But in a way, it's not, because they said that when she went through that, they said she had to like be humble. I'm done. They said that she had to learn how to be humble though.
You
So
trying to be serious, and I'm
done. God.
the next match is AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. But before we talk about this, did you see that they're going to probably change Mia Yim's name to
Yes.
Mishin?
Mm-hmm.
However you pronounce that. I believe it's Korean for crazy.
Yeah, I think so.
And at first I was kind of like, what the fuck? But then when they explained, well, I think someone had mentioned that Mia actually copyrighted her name. So they might just put it in parentheses, like, you know how they had Keith Bearcat Lee.
Mm-hmm.
They might just have Mishin or Michin, Mia Yim, or they just might just phase out Mia Yim and just have Michin. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. But it's not the end of the world for me. Just like with Butch, when they changed Pete Dunne's name to Butch, he's been booked pretty solid. It's not the end of the world. So, hey, I mean, it is what it is. But for as far as this match goes, I had to go with Finn Balor.
Balor? Okay.
Who you got?
I got Balor.
Okay.
I got Balor for this one.
And then we have the first of two War Games match, the Women War Games. Team Bianca, led by Bianca leads Asuka, Alexa Bliss, Mishin, Mia Yim, and to be determined, which will be on SmackDown probably.
Okay, because I'm like, dang, I'm still trying to figure out who this other person gonna be.
Right. They said they're going to reveal it on SmackDown. I don't understand why they reveal it on SmackDown when they can literally just wait one more day, because Survivor Series is literally 24 hours later. But I digress. Versus Team Damage Control, which is Bayley, Io Sky, Dakota Kai, the tag team champions. Remember those titles. Nikki Cross, the insane Nikki Cross, no longer a superhero, and the Judgment Day's Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley defeated Asuka. She whooped that woman's ass on Raw.
Yeah, she did.
She defeated Asuka to gain the advantage. And on SmackDown, I believe Drew and Sheamus will team up against the Usos to attempt to get the advantage in their match. So who do you think is going to win War Games for the women?
I got Bianca.
We got Team Bianca. As much as I wanted to be Team Bianca, I got to go with Team Bayley.
I need the Damage Control.
And the reason why I say that, because they need to win. They've been literally getting their ass whooped.
I give you that.
They've been getting their ass whooped by Bianca.
That, bro. I will give you that.
And then the last match we'll give our prediction to is this one: Team Bloodline versus Team Brutes. It will be the Bloodline themselves, Roman Reigns, the Honorary Usos, Sami Zayn, Undisputed Tag Team Champions, the Usos, Solo Sikoa,
in this thing.
versus Sheamus, led by who will lead the team of Sheamus, who will lead Butch, Ridge Holland, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens. And like I said, they will have a tag team match on SmackDown where the winners will be like whoever wins will have the advantage for the team. Where basically it's like it'll start off 1-on-1, but then whoever has the advantage, their team will enter, and it will be a 2-on-1 situation, and it go back and forth like that. I'm gonna have to go with Team Brutes only because Sami Zayn is going to be conflicted and he's going to screw it up for them. That's the only reason why. But
I give you that though. That's an actually legit reason.
Right, because if you saw SmackDown when Kevin Owens was announced, Sami hesitated.
I did.
Because he's still best friends with Kevin Owens. So it's like is that going to play a factor?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Is that gonna throw a wrench into this situation? Cause I mean, but at the same time, I'm like, come on, Sammy, like just think about it. Like at the end of the day, yeah, that's still your best friend, but right now we at work. This is business.
So I think you're going with the bloodline.
Yes.
All right.
Fight that thing out. Y'all best friends. That's what best friends do.
Yeah.
They fight.
True. That's for true. That's for true. That is for true.
Just get it over with. We both fight. We both got the same job. Like it's okay. We gonna talk about it. We'll go eat later. Like right now, let's get this over with.
We'll go to Waffle House later. Y'all be all right. You can come to Waffle House.
This ain't the first time we don't fought each other. Like,
you literally you can come to Waffle House. It's not the end of the world.
Matter of fact, you carpooling with me anyway. So what's the big deal?
Exactly. Like, what the fuck? What we doing? What we doing here? What we doing here?
Just fight.
What we doing here, Samuel? What are we doing here? Come on.
Let's just fight, bro.
Come on now. Come on.
Go ahead, catch the fade, and then we go eat.
Yeah, I get you this. You catch this haluva kick.
I'll let you get your licks in too. It's okay.
I'll let you hit me with a stunner.
I ain't gonna let you. I ain't gonna get all the fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you get your I'm gonna let you get your pop too. Like, yeah.
I'll let you hit the little stunner. I'll kick out, or Roman will stop it. I'll let Roman hit the Superman punch. It's nothing personal.
Okay.
It's all right. It's cool.
I laugh when you have them type of matches, and then people be getting mad. Oh, Lord, they gonna ever be friends again?
Yes,
bro. Yes.
Yes.
This is a job. You do know that. Just because we fight each other don't mean I hate them.
Exactly. Come on now. Where you been?
I ain't gonna let them just kick my butt for fun either. I'm gonna get my lick.
Right.
I'm gonna get my lick.
And that is our preview and predictions for Survivor Series 2022. It goes down this Saturday, and I might as well announce it here. We will more than likely do a live review after the show. Suela might be there. If she's not, don't worry. It still goes down because Highlight Reel said he will hop on the pod and he will review it with me because he's going to watch it himself. So it'll be a good time Saturday, not immediately following, but it will be after Survivor Series because we still got to log in, prep. You know how these podcasts goes. But it will go down this Saturday. We will review Survivor Series War Games. We didn't do Full Gear because it ended too late. I was sleepy. I'm just not going to lie. I'm not even going to lie to you. I was sleepy. I was tired. The Survivor Series shouldn't be that long because all these pay-per-views since Triple H took over has always ended at a decent time. So that was that. And yeah, we'll be doing that. But that concludes our Survivor Series War Games 2022 speed round preview and predictions. We got to start probably doing something for these wins that we do. Maybe you can hold a championship or some shit. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But yeah, because Suela is 1-2. I've won more, but
yeah,
I don't know.
You're undefeated. Like
I'm like undisputed
right now.
I'm like 10-2 right now because she's 1-2. But I guess let's see if she can catch up. I don't know. I don't know. We'll try. So we'll go with that number from here on out. I'm 10-2. We'll add numbers as we go on so we can actually start taking this serious or whatever.
That's
a little fun game for the pod. It is what it is. There's that. All right, this is the part of the podcast where we chap it up with the Bandit, and let I'm just trying something new. I'm probably gonna stop trying something. I'm throwing people off, but we chap it up with the Bandit, where Suela is basically giving me the top trending topics for this week or whatever that you want to talk about. The floor is yours, Queen Rumble.
So, we got some new shows that's supposed to be coming out to Netflix. Wednesday is supposed to come out I think it's already out. Actually, it came out yesterday, which was the 23rd. So it already came out. I haven't started yet, but eventually I will. If anybody doesn't know what I mean by that, Wednesday is a character named Wednesday Adams from the Adams family. So yes, I
That's the
recommend
general
y'all.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just came out yesterday, so that's gonna be pretty great. There's also Lego City Adventure Season 4. They just came out November the 22nd, and I know that I think Trevor Noah is supposed to come out. That he came out the same day too. The I Wish You Would come. He's a comedian, so yeah, I think that came out the same day as well, November 22nd too. Also, I still didn't get a chance to see Black Panther yet. I heard it was good. Then I heard it was not good. And
That's
I was
why I'm
like, you
at.
know what? Let me just watch this for myself. Because no, I don't want nobody spoiling it for me.
Seeing as I saw it,
Like,
I can tell you this right now. Trust me, it was good. It was good for. It wasn't for everybody. People expected
okay,
too much from it. It was
okay.
literally a grieving episode. It was literally a
Oh,
grieving movie. You grieve Chadwick. You had scenes from them paying tribute. It was literally a tribute to Chadwick. That's what
okay.
it is. And they left the
I
door
had a
open.
feeling it was gonna be like that. But
And
yeah.
then they left the door open for a new Black Panther from the bloodline. So
Okay.
it's not going you're not going. It's not, put it this way. It's not going to be the end of the T'Challa name. That's all I'm gonna
Oh,
say.
okay.
That is all I'm gonna say.
But yep, I do also make sure y'all stay
They
safe out
basically set it
here.
up to where they didn't have to recast him, but
Okay.
but the name is going to be alive in the series.
That's not gonna be bad at all.
So that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
still gonna watch it.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a good movie. It's fun for the family and for those people who are mainly white people. Let's just rip the band off.
Dang.
White people reviewing it. Your opinions don't really matter to me because it's not for you. It really is not.
Hey, it's
You don't
not.
know jack shit about Africa. You don't know jack shit about Wakanda. You don't know, bro. It's not even for you.
Yeah, you got a
A
point.
lot of these movies aren't even for certain people who are reviewing it and saying, "Oh, it's terrible. They should have just recasted T'Challa and moved on with the story." Bro, it's literally like this in the comics.
Mm.
If you've read the comics, spoiler alert, redacted. Look, if you want to be, if I'm gonna be real with you, spoiler alert. The new Black Panther. Yes.
Yes.
And bleep aside, I actually said the whole name.
Yeah, you did. You actually did. Also, if y'all haven't checked out this movie called Slumberland, I'm gonna need y'all to check that out. That movie is actually good. I enjoyed it. I really did. Not because it was Jason Momoa, but because I actually seen him play like a different character. Like when I tell you, it was like it had like some ups and downs to it, but there was like comedy involved. It was like really, really cool. It was actually seeing him and a kid like bonding and things like that. It was pretty awesome. Like I enjoyed it. I really, really did. I recommend y'all go check that out too. If you're gonna watch it, if you got kids, you watch it with your kids. If you got little nieces and nephews or anything like that, watch it with them. Like that movie's actually good. I like it. Also, please, as is mentioned in the tagline of the segment, stay hydrated, please. Also, it's cold out here. Make sure y'all stock up on your cough drops. Make sure y'all stock up on your Robitussin. Don't be out here trying to get people no colds and you got a cold and you don't need to be around nobody coughing in nobody's face. We ain't got time for that. Like, stay at home. If you sick, stay at home. Also, please make sure you stay safe out here. If you are happen to go to work or if you're happen to go to an event, don't be in certain situations that you can't get out of. I like to call it the hot zone. Let's just say that. Like, let's say you go to an event and all of a sudden, some rounds pop off, gunshots pop off. Don't run to the incident. Run away from it. Please and thank you. Stop trying to investigate. Stop trying to be detective.
Mind your damn motherfucking business, bitch. You stupid bitch. You nosy ass bitch.
Man,
You
like
you 2
leave
for 2
that
not knowing what
alone.
the fuck it is, bitch.
Leave it alone.
You long titty, no nipple having ass, bitch.
Leave it alone. It has nothing to do with you. Mind your business. Like, don't sit there and try to be hero. Don't do that. That's how you get in trouble. And that's how you end up getting hurt. Like, don't do that. But yes, definitely make sure you eat right. If you happen to be working out, don't overdo it. You don't want to, put your muscles in the overdrive and then, end up in somebody's hospital because you one decide to, be trying to be too macho for your own good. Don't do that. Please don't. You don't need nobody pulling no hernias and, pulling muscles they don't have no business pulling in the first place. So please don't hurt yourself. Take your time. You're a work in progress. You're under construction. It's okay. Like, it's all right. It's okay to progress. It's progression, not perfection. So it's all right. Take your time. And that's pretty much it. That's all I got for y'all today. And make sure y'all eat good too. Like, please. But when it's time and you ready to work that off, work it off. But be consistent. Be consistent because it's gonna catch up. It's gonna try to sneak up on you. That Thanksgiving weight is gonna try to sneak up on you.
They put Reggie in a mask on NXT.
Oh gosh. Oh my goodness.
What the fuck is this? They put him in a mask and call him the Scripts. Rip the fucking Scripts. What the fuck is this?
Gosh. Oh, I'm also gonna shout out some November babies too. My cousin's birthday is today, so his name is Mr. Jalaris Gresham. So I'm so proud of him. I'm proud of the father he is. I want to give him a very special happy birthday. If anybody else have any more happy birthdays later on this week, happy birthday to you as well. So I didn't forget about y'all. So yes, just make sure y'all being safe too. Even on your birthday, be safe. Don't be spending your money on your birthday. Please don't do that. Cause I've hung out with some people where literally they'll be like, "Oh, I'm paying for this." I'm like, "Whoa, no, you're not. Like, it's your day. You're not supposed to be paying for nothing. Who told you that?" But yeah, it's your day. Like, no, don't save your coins, okay? Let somebody else let somebody else splurge on you. Don't you spend nothing. It's your birthday.
Right. I'm still laughing at Reggie in a mask.
Man, I'm done, Reggie. I am leaving. I am leaving.
You can't write this shit. What the fuck?
I'm leaving so I can enjoy this food.
They put this man in a WWE 2K mask. Hold on. I can't end this show without talking about this shit.
Oh my gosh.
What the fuck? Because we're recording this while NXT is going on. So it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
My gosh.
Hold on. Speaking of scripts, we flipping the script. We finna pull this shit up. What the what the fuck is this?
Oh my gosh. He's like, I'm pulling this up today.
We're about to pull this shit up today. While we're recording this shit, because this is you can't make this shit up. Like, they thought this was okay. They literally thought this was okay. This man look like some shit that I randomized in WWE 2K. Like, look at this shit right here. Look at this shit right here.
Oh no. What are you doing? What is this? What is this?
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Hell no. Hell no.
What did I just look at? What is that? I'm gonna, man. Now, Oh gosh. Now I gotta ponder. What is on his face?
Look at, I can't. You can't make this shit up.
You know what? That's like the best way to end the show.
Oh
Cause
my god.
I don't even know what that is. I have no clue what that is. Whose idea was this?
Shawn. Shawn Michaels. Gotta be.
Man, okay. At this point, all y'all gonna catch the fade. This ain't right. What is wrong with y'all?
Hold this fade. Hold this fade, Shawn. Hold this fade.
Oh man. Yeah, man, do better. We don't need a lot of help after this.
We're done. We're done here. We hope you guys enjoyed this show. Hope you guys enjoyed this impromptu laugh. This is the Gresh Unleashed podcast. Happy Thanksgiving, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys had some good turkey, some good dressing. I don't know what the fuck that was, but hopefully you guys. What the fuck was that?
A cry for help.
Oh my god! But this was the Gresh Unleashed podcast. Make sure you guys follow us on social media at Gresh Unleashed. Follow Suela wherever you can. Suela the Bandit 3, Rebel Bandit. You know she's everywhere on social media. But if you don't know where she is, solo.to/Suela. Excuse me. Solo.to/Suela has all her links, as does all my links. Solo.to/Gresh. We actually have an ongoing poll. Or it probably should wrap up already, where we was like, who should be the player hater of the year? I've had the list was Jey Uso, Daniel Garcia, Shelton Benjamin, Stokely Hathaway. You can reply at Josh Gresham ORG. Also check out Hive. I think that's a new social media app. I'm on there as well at Gresh, literally at Gresh. I finally got the at Gresh username on Hive. You guys can check me out on that. Make sure you guys download the podcast and give us a rating at www.gressunleashed.com. Apple Podcast, Spotify, and all that good stuff. Yeah, we are literally winding down on episodes of the Gresh Unleashed podcast, excluding the review of Survivor Series. We literally have 3 more episodes for the year, and then we're done. We're not going to have a Christmas episode because we're going to be spending time with family. You know, Christmas gets hectic, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. I guess it's been a year on and off of the Gresh Unleashed podcast, episode 1 day and all the way back to January. It's been a full year, and we are literally winding down nearly 30 episodes of this podcast. And hopefully you guys have been enjoying. Cop the merch. I'm wearing one of our shirts now. Make sure you cop the merch. It goes to the podcast, and hopefully you guys enjoy this. And with that being said, you guys stay safe out here in these streets. And remember to always eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. Like Scott said, we here with the peaks and the freaks. We flexing on these hoes. We flexing on these hoes. And you guys stay safe out here. Because we out.
Bye, y'all.
Breezy.
Feeling like Gresh Unleashed.
Happy Thanksgiving.